dancing and being dance ambassadors in this territory. I can't believe that 40 years, 2 months, and 7 days ago tonight, exactly, I asked some people to meet me at Prospect Reef near the restaurant, and about 50 persons we met, and we decided that we would form a dance group. All the people didn't stay, but we boiled down to 17 couples and me, so that's 34, 35 of us. And we have been together from 1979, March the 17th, and we have given our best to promote this country by dance practically a lot of places far from home across the United States, in Germany, in Switzerland, and we have done our best thanks to the tourist board. This evening's performance is really dedicated to one of our young members, Mr. Temulji Hughes, who is now hospitalized. And I am asking all of you who know TJ some prayers for his fast recovery. Um, well, he hopefully will soon be out, up and around. So I ask you to just bear with us a little while, and we will have our program on. In your program booklet, as you open the booklet on the first white page, you will see there the people who came out that Saturday night, and we call founding members. Among the group on the white page, some of them have passed on, and God's willing, our float this year will also be dedicated to our 40th year, and we will have a section giving homage to those who pass on, those who don't dance anymore because of age and other infirmities, but we will have their names listed. And then the young people who, thank God, have decided that they want to keep culture alive, and they have joined the dance group. Mrs. Butcher is the choreographer for the group. She came to us sometime in the early 90s, and we have been grateful that she has been able to take us from one level to the other. Mrs. Butcher, again, we say thank you. And we are also grateful tonight for all the people who have decided that they will come and perform with us, the Ebenezer Thomas Young Dancers, the College Chorale, the Sounds of Steel. We are very grateful to all of them who have come out to help us celebrate 40 years of dancing from Tortola to Virgin Gorda to Peter Island once a month. We used to be to dance for Mr. Thor Loberg, and he paid us the grand sum of $450 for our performance. And we danced St. Thomas, St. Croix, St. John, Trinidad, Antigua, all up and down the Caribbean, all over. Oh my goodness. Thank you, young people, for keeping our culture alive. Thank you so much. This dance group really surprised me. For members, it was like a floating ship. Members were coming, members were going. Some went away and stayed away. Others passed out on us, but we still were able to go on. And if you are on the road August Monday, you will see all those who are no longer with us because they came to their end of the road, and we will be honoring them on the float. But we have danced San Francisco several times, Atlanta, Dallas, New Orleans. We have danced in Germany. We have danced across to Switzerland. We have gone down to Trinidad, Antigua, I think it was Dominica. But we have been blessed thanks to Mr. Stout originally and the tourist board, and then afterward Miss Lynette Harrigan and the tourist board, who Lynette was very kind to us. Whenever she had a show or something with tourism overseas, she found a way to take the heritage dancers and the lashing dogs. We were in New York for 2004, and we were privileged very much to perform at the Apollo Theater, one of New York's finest, and we brought the house down that night, because when we are away like that, we get the impetus to really go beyond. And I really was hoping that tonight would have been a big audience, for it would have said that you too enjoy coming out to see us. And I must thank those of you who have taken the time to come out. And if any among you feel so moved, talk with Varys Hodge and become a member of the dance group. If the others learn, and I'm sure you too will, your dance style will have to change a bit, but you too will be able to say you're a member of the BVI Heritage Dancers. The first piece on the program will be a candle dance, and this dance, the heritage dancers used to do this when we were asked to do something solemn, and tonight we are performing this as a tribute to the dancers who have passed on. And as I said before, August Monday, you will see on the float all of our dancers who were here and are now there, I hope. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. I hope the curtain open. Put your hands together for the heritage dancers and the candle dance. Several rounds of applause. Several rounds of applause. If ever, if ever you had a bit of emotion in you, that must have brought tears to your eyes. As often as I see it, even when I was in a position to perform it, the solemnity of it makes you stop and think. And ladies who were dancing, who do you think is here watching you? Our brand new Minister of Culture. Yes. And I know, and Eileen Lucia Stevens Parsons hope that he will see it fit to ask his colleagues to finally finish our building. We deserve it, Honorable Minister of Culture. I wouldn't call your name. If they don't know who it is, nobody would know. Anyway, I think we deserve it. We have advertised this country all over the world. Everybody knows about the BVI because of the BVI heritage dancers. Maybe that's the reason why I got the OBE. I can't think of anything else. So it had to be that. Honorable Skelton, I know you're somewhere in the audience, and I don't think you are saying no to everyone I say. I don't think you will say no if I have this in my funeral procession. Ronnie? He went. Ladies and gentlemen, joke aside, the next one is a Tammy Waltz. You wouldn't believe it, but it was at least in the early days of 1980, 81, 82, the young days of the dance group, it was a problem to get the young people then to waltz. I couldn't believe it. For I grew up in St. Thomas, and I believe I could have waltzed from the time I was about 6. And come home here, it was such a day when I would pick out the men, the stumbling, the mashing your foot. Oh, Father, anyway, they have practiced, and tonight, over the years, it has gotten better, and tonight we have a mixture of old dancers, old-time dancers, not old in age, and we have the new ones, and we'll perform for you. I hope they're ready, the Tammy Waltz. This morning, Jojak was on the radio saying how he could waltz and all of that, so I would take it if I was in a position too. We could have done a little thing around here, keep you entertained. You laughing? No, it would be, or maybe I could have picked out the father of the minister. I wouldn't, you see, Mr. Minister, I am not saying you, because I know all your young people, you notice them thing, the bangala, where you don't hold your partner to dance. You pick up your partner and all you know where you start from, so you're not to get back there when the thing over. Until they come, this reminds me, talking about dancing with your partner, a night in the long school, and you all wouldn't remember where the long school used to be. I was in there, and Mr. Eugene O'Neill came, asked me to dance, as people used to do then. You get up and you hold your partner. As soon as we got up, we made one wheel, and Mr. Eugene loosed me, and he went. He went dancing all over the place. So I went back and I sat down where I was. When the piece stopped, he came and he told me he was looking for me. I I said, Mr. Eugene, you loose me on the floor. I didn't have any partner. I went and I sat down. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am not being paid to be a comedian, but the Tammy Waltz is ready, and you will see them in all their glory. Let's go. Oh, look at my godchild. And would you believe I have to brag? All those clothes, I made them.
With my darling to the tenancy world, when an old friend I happened to see, I introduced him to my loved one. The night they were playing the beautiful tenancy world. I remember the night and the tenancy world. Yes, I know but just how much I had lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing the beautiful tenancy was. Let me call you sweetheart, for I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Weep no more, my lady, in your eyes so blue. Let me call you sweetheart, for in love with you.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Oh my God, child, you all wow. Varys, how come you got on the funeral shirt? What do my president? Oh, you all were beautiful. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. All the old men in here should think on when they were young with the darling. Yes, the young ones would know about that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have brought you here tonight, and we are so thankful, and we have brought you here to be entertained. Right now, we're going to have the heel and toe. That is going to be by the Ebenezer School and the grade 5. These kids are groomed by Mrs. Heather Butcher, who works with the school children. When I was cultural officer, we had a dance group and a platpole in every school. I don't know what happened. Heather is bringing it back again. And this is the heel and toe. In the States, it's called Cotton Eye Joe, and we got it one August, a small group came down from Montserrat, and they performed along the festival route and in the festival and on the stage. And this heel and toe, they give it to us then. And when I started the group, I remembered it, and we pick it up, and Mrs. Butcher has brought it from where I left it. She was a trained dancer. I wasn't, but I was doing what I could. And she has made it into what it is now with the Ebenezer Thomas School Kids. And I'll be told when they're ready so that they can get on. But if you all never paid for another thing, I think the Tammy Waltz was worth your $15. After the heel and toe, we'll have a piece that the St. Croix dancers love to say they could dance until we take the stage and show them how to dance. Whenever we, honestly, whenever we travel to St. Croix, to St. John, to St. Thomas, mostly St. Thomas, because my friend Mungo Niles had a dance group. He's of blessed memory, and he would always invite us down to Rye Cole and so forth when they were having and when, of course, Tortola people in St. Thomas, when they heard the Tortola dance group was coming down, they came out in numbers. They filled the people place, and it's so they used to make noise when we come on. And we would perform. The St. Croix would perform, St. Thomas perform, and they would leave the best for the last. Because not only were our costumes much, much better, of course I sew them myself there. And don't laugh. I have in my house, I could show you my diploma in dressmaking. So, and I used to turn out brides. Let me say that little piece. But whenever we went away, after we really got seasoned, whenever we went to Rye Cole to perform with the other two islands, St. Thomas, St. Croix, St. John, whenever we came on, honestly, not taking anything from a trouble, we were the best. And we were very proud to know that the dances we perform, the way they perform them. Okay, kids, the Ebenezer Thomas Primary School, and they're beautiful. Look at them in their territorial print. Again, I take pleasure in saying I was chairman of the committee that selected the territorial print. I guess I'll just say, why else she gonna be chairman now? Music, whenever you're ready. when they are young like that, you can get them to fit in what you want. Now tonight, one of the dancers didn't show up, and they have adjusted so that they could still perform. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 3 chairs for that little boy. Can you now imagine if there is a dance group at the Elmer Stout High School, when those kids get there and they continue with that? See, the heritage dancers will never die. Our motto, we keep culture alive. And Honorable Minister, for your stint at the helm of this ship, if you want to keep culture alive, support the heritage dancers. Thank you for coming out. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now, this, you're gonna see something now. This is big people stuff. The heritage dancers, not the little people, the heritage dancers, the solid season ones, going to do what I so love, the Polka mazurka. And this, the St. Croix people, this is one of their season pieces. They love to perform the Polka mazurka. But when competition time come and we do the Polka mazurka, you know, they no competition at all. Totally just good. Ladies and gentlemen backstage, listen to me. What's going to happen to me is what Manuelita had tell Christina, or Christina had tell Manuelita, you're afraid you run out of words? Yeah, that's when Roton used to have the market down where it's now Alva George Plaza. And you used to hear everything if you went down there early Saturday morning like me and my friend Doreen. Okay, the curtains are parted. Oh, yeah. These are the young people. I believe that one is Reggie Penn and the one maybe back then. Those. Oh, beautiful. dance is the Polka mazurka, but old men, Sammy Kochi them, so know this as the fifth figure. And if you learn to dance the fifth figure, you are good. Stop harassing my dancers. This I give out wrong information. This is the new group of heritage dancers, the younger ones. Because honestly, I see them bending over there. Some of the heritage dancers go down, they're going to creep together. So these are the young people that we have trained. Muriel. I mean, you have a batch of nice looking young fellows up there, you know. I wonder if they all done bespoken for. I have some girlfriends I want to get sent out. Oh. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Muriel, I'm glad to see you out. Beautiful. They have BVI heritage dancers, but they don't say old or young, though that was the young dancers. Now we are going to do a quadrille, traditional, a lively mix of intricate patterns. And you have to bear with me because some of them have to change costumes, and if it is anything, we had a lot of costumes because people used to give us material. Well, of course, I used to beg, and the different people would give us, I would go to Puerto Rico and buy boats, 100 yards of material for us and the heritage and the lashing dogs shirts, because whenever we travel with them. And in those days, I was a different Eileen. I would and I love to sew. Sit to my machine, and I would make all the skirts, the petticoats, the blouses, and I would get Miss Iva down on Seacow Bay to make the shirts. After my girlfriend Doreen took sick, she used to make the shirts for us. But after she took sick, I had Miss Iva down Seacow Bay. But all the skirts, all the petticoats, all the blouses. One time I made what was then, I made some pantalettes, because when them girls spin and the frock go up high, you know, you don't want no collision in the people place. They were glad to wear them, and they wore them to a lot of things. But after Mr. Stout start singing, but throwing pantalette over the side, and he gets so popular with this thing, we say, okay, we ain't bothering with that again. Mr. Douglas, you laughing so loud, I'm gonna have to charge you again. We don't want to hold up. We already started late, and we are very glad to see people turn out to support us because I was here last week, Mother's Day, and it's a good thing that the college reserved these seats for me. Otherwise, I would not have found a seat. The place was wall to wall people. I have never seen this auditorium fill to the eaves like that, and even some young men didn't mind sitting down all around here. Miss P.W. mind, and the show was sold out. And it is so, the seniors were good. If they were so good up there, think, and when them girls were young. But the program, both programs, the not so newlywed, Lord, my poor cousin Natalie, I don't know. Well, look at the little daughter comes and cousin Eileen, my father study. He was thinking what kind of question they would ask, and Lord, my cousin didn't get one right. he get, okay, my girlfriend them here saying he gets some right. and look, I could say why one, but my long look family. But it was good, and let me tell you something. It has something to be said, two people living together for long. Because if I was a betting person, I would have lose my money. For taking away, I was on bet that my cousin Colin and Quincy were going to come out top. Well, them two people know each other so good that when she say, if fire come, he gonna run for his briefcase. When he come back in and they ask him, if fire come, I know Sega he gonna run for Colin. He say, his briefcase. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the Quadrille. What kind of doing this is? What, that was a warm-up? Ooh, man. I didn't make these. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, oh, beautiful, beautiful.
I am so glad that all of you came out tonight. It's just been a wonderful evening so far. And you see what discipline we have in the BVI with these dancers? They're absolutely delightful. You would never guess that we left here at 11 o'clock last night. They've been practicing really hard. Now, the evening is really for us to celebrate Miss Eileen Parsons, who we affectionately call Miss P. Now, Miss P is frequently referred to as a cultural icon for her work with the BVI Heritage Dance Group and other cultural groups. I think that little one didn't get enough outside. All right? Her vision to start a dance group came as a result of her learning the quadrilles while studying in St. Thomas. Miss P always felt that once the basic quadrille figures were learned, as they go from 1 through 5 generally, and sometimes figure 6 and 7, that any good choreographer could build on them to create new ones. Miss P realized the need for a cultural group here in the Virgin Islands, and in 1974, she formed the BVI Community Singers, followed by the BVI Heritage Dancers on March the 17th, 1979. This folk singing group did not last, but Mrs. P's love and passion still remain. So this evening, we pay tribute to Miss P in song and dance as the HLSCC Chorale performs as a part of a piece entitled Folk Suite. After a hard day's work, workers in the field find a little time to entertain themselves.
Linda, you got to stop. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Mm-mm-mm. Very well done. I think I am supposed to pick up to tell you about the 7-step and all of that. Some of you have been telling me that I am a good comedian, but my grandmother used to say, you don't oversport yourself. So I don't want to oversport myself here tonight. Dime? Oh. The Ebenezer Thomas School, these kids are tutored by Mrs. Heather Butcher. It's one of the schools she works with, and these kids are really good. They will now do the 7-step, and the 7-step is a dance that used to be done by my grandmother's people, and I have been told that these dances, the sets of the quadrilles from figure 1 to 7, these dances were brought over, the Europeans brought them over, and of course the slave population would only be allowed to peep in the windows at night to see the white people dancing. And now you know white people dance one way, the music is another way, and black people, as the smallest little black child, could move to music. So our ancestors, seeing them with these dances, they were able to add spice to the dances. These dances were very stately. You held your partner and you walked the 7-step. So it we. No, but you hold your partner, but you see how them little girls were putting them waistline there tonight? That's black people. The Ebenezer Thomas dancers will now come and do the 7-step, and which will be followed by another traditional, by the Songs of Steel. Then they are ready. All these kids are beautiful. Oh my, I hope your parents are here to see you. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. And thanks to Mrs. Heather Butcher for putting these kids through their paces. Thank you, children. Very well done. The Sounds of Steel are coming next. Now, this is a steel pan band of young people. Mrs. Butcher is with them, her daughter, some others, Maggie, and those a bunch of young people, Mr. Sani. They will give us something called Mongo, traditional, and number 4. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I have nothing but time, and I keep wondering, where has time gone? It's only yesterday I gave that child to the minister. Very well done, Chris. Very well done. You're going to give us another? Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Well done. Well done. I'm proud to call you my godchild. These technological stuff, I don't know, I keep saying when I used to go dance in the long school and the gun playing, I keep wondering how it is it didn't have any amplified anything. And you could have stayed to the back of the long school and hear the music on the stage. Now, if you don't have 40 big thing knocking you down, blasting your ears, you don't have music. I don't know how we used to manage then with Shorty, Morwin, and the Dells from Seco Bay. There was nothing amplified, but you made music. The heritage dancers, I believe this is the young and old, will now perform for you what is a staple of the St. Croix heritage dancers. I don't know how well they are since the storm Maria did more to them, almost as much to them as Irma did to us. So I really don't know whether the dance group, whether some of them must have left and went to the States. But the heritage dancers, when they get themselves organized, will perform. Varys, you gorgeous. This young man enjoying himself, sir. This one here, see? Hey, now you're going to behave worse. And who he got, Avalinda? What is this? Oh boy. Ronnie, give me a reason why you wouldn't go back to the dance group, boy. You ain't got a thing to do. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now they have to change. Close the screen. They have to change for the two-step. And I've been told that there'll be a little time where my services as all of a sudden comedian will be needed. Oh my goodness. When I left Manchester tonight, I never know how to get in this. Oh my God. And when I think, can I pay for my ticket? I have to ask my President Varys for some kind of refund because they sent me 10 tickets. I can't go out to sell any ticket. So I gave them to my friends and I paid for them, but I didn't know I was going to come in here to work. Maybe if I did, I would just keep the tickets and call it that. But anyway, since tis me start the group, I have to put up with what I do. Ladies and gentlemen, fun and joke aside, I honestly have to say that we, the heritage dancers, we have been very privileged to go because of the government and the tourist board, especially Miss Lynette Harrigan, to travel the places that we were able to go to. Not that maybe some of us would not have been able to get to San Francisco, but to go to San Francisco 3 times, to go to Atlanta, to go to New Orleans, to go to Dallas, to go to the different Caribbean islands, and then to go from here to Germany for 4 times in Germany, across to Switzerland. We have been blessed, but then we enjoy letting the world know that there was a little spot in the Northern Caribbean called the British Virgin Islands, and as I like to say, we have the best of 2 worlds. We have the Union Jack as protection, and we spend the American dollar. Yes, and I don't know, maybe Mr. Wheatley and one of his shows could explain to me, why is it we are talking about going independent? Going independent with what? Would you put a 2-year child out of your door and say, go shift for yourself? No. And what we have, all we have is a thing of damn talk. We don't have any natural resources. Yes, we have sun, sand, and sea. And in certain villages, you know, the people stay on, and every gentleman has a wife of another color. But just the same, we don't have anything to go independent with. I know this is a serious subject, and I think it is something that we should tell our leaders that we are not ready. Leave us out. Let us sing God Save the Queens and then quickly sing the territorial song. And let us fly the Union Jack. Let us fly Vigilante, and let us spend the American dollar. Yes. I believe that is what we should do, and go sit down about talking about independence. I hope it doesn't happen in my lifetime. I don't mind, maybe I shouldn't say I don't mind, but I don't want it happen. Please, Minister Wheatley, if you ever hear your premier talking about independence, tell him his cousin say, go sit down with that thing. Mind. All right. So, are you all ready behind there? Well, my girlfriend is here telling me tomorrow I'm going to be on Vino. Honestly, Vino is the best. I was to an agriculture show, and I said something, and by the time the thing get out of my mouth to the person's ear, Vino had it. Then the afternoon, a friend of mine called me from all the way Guyana to tell me so. A friend of mine called me from the States to tell me all the years I know you, I didn't know you used to cuss. Vino is the best. I saw. Nothing like the BVI boy. I don't know, you know. Today I was telling a young lady, I would not live anywhere else. I had the chance and the choice to live anywhere in the United States I wanted to. Lord, I was even offered a job to go Atlanta with their tourist board, leave after I was trained by these people, leaving my own to go work for them. And I said, I tell you, honestly, I love the BVI. When I was a child going to school, St. Thomas, as soon as school closed the Friday, the Saturday, I am on the Jonah back, heading for Tortola. I came, I stayed with my grandmother the Saturday. The Sunday morning, my long-look grandfather sending a child with a donkey to take me out. He said, a child with my color ain't had no car in the country. but that was my long-look grandfather. So, as I come up Saturday, Sunday, I spent several summers, July with my grandfather, long-look the narrow, and then August with my grandmother in Major Bay. See how my roots are spreading like the tap roots all over. So when all you hear me talking about my long-look cousin, Atley, he is my real cousin. And I just saw another cousin of mine. He might know what I say, so, but Dr. Pickering is my cousin too. Ronnie, I really would like you to be my cousin. I wouldn't. What they all are now doing? Oh my goodness! Oh, I can't believe I made these clothes. This is the two-step. That's Alan. Hey. You all wouldn't like to hear the words of that song. I know that from the time I was a child, St. Thomas. And the words are not nice. The Father and the Son and the extra married man, where you get side piece to hold the man. Silly bell, silly bell. That's Reggie. Oh! Reggie, Mr. Penn should have been around to see you, my son. Mr. Glasgow, I tell you. And you got dimples too. Hey, that's my godchild going on, so there. What is this? Welcome back, Mandy. Ronnie, you could go on better, you know. That was very, very well done, if I do say so myself. It was very well. These kids oh my goodness, and I am so glad that the Minister of Culture, I say so, the Minister of Culture, when I had that position, tis bills and money I spend for fungi band music to the schools, Platt Pole, went New York by the ribbon, bring them down. You have to better me, you know. Okay. The Lord gonna let me live to see the 4 years, and I tell you, you have to pass 5 hills to the murals that say Eileen Parsons. Go down by the racetrack, see the track that say Eileen Parsons. I want to see what gonna say Wheatley. Okay. You have to do better than I did. You have money, you got money knocking dog. So that's something they used to say in the St. Thomas of my childhood. You got money knocking dog. Well, these fellows, they're starting from a bit of scratch. it got money. So I want to see cultural things happen. And are you doing very well by consultants? I wonder if I could be a cultural consultant. Yeah. Yeah, I begin a job. I am gonna have to ask the minister for some kind of stipend, because meetings are held in my house every Friday. That we now going for Territory Day. And every Friday, because I can't go in town where there's nothing on the flat, so the meetings are held in Manchester. And I provide what the old people call a repast. And I ain't walking away. So if you could find it in your heart to help me provide the cassava bread and the saltfish and pea soup and sandwich and punch. So I'm letting you know, you could ask them, ask Miss and Leonard, they are well treated when they come Manchester. If you want, you could invite yourself to a meeting, We are meeting next Friday, and you could easily say you come to see what it is we are doing, because we are under your ministry. And I don't know if when you come, I could offer you something more than punch. Oh, away we go.
Sashay. Ladies and gentlemen, our finale.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, beautiful.
Balance all. Hands around.
Yes, yes, Mr. Minister Wheatley. Manchester has whatever Johnny
Sashay.
Walker makes.
Ladies, meet center. Retire. Gents center. Retire. Sashay. Form a line.
Varys, my boy, you ain't got the big of these young people, you know.
Ladies forward. Retire. Second line.
Lovely Joy, lovely Marita.
Gentlemen forward.
Heather, you gonna make Ronnie drop down here tonight, self.
Second line.
Speed up, Varys, speed up, boy. Beautiful, beautiful.
Retire. Sashay.
You young fellow who dancing with Avalinda, if I used to dance, I'd have picked you out, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
You can rest your feet. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you had a wonderful evening. I certainly had the pleasure of putting this together, and we have a few presentations to make. First one to ask Miss Sasha Cricky to come on stage, and I'll tell you why. After the hurricanes, we were practicing at the Seacoast Bay Community Center, and after the Irma and Maria, that center was damaged, and I think we didn't have class for at least a year. And I approached Sasha Badagio, and I actually offered to teach a class for her in exchange for us to use her space. That didn't materialize because she's always saying, Miss Butcher, I can't do that. So she's been really kind to us, and leading up to the show, she allowed us, we were practicing one night a week, and then she allowed us to add 2 more to make this possible for tonight. So we just have a token of our appreciation. Sasha and Adagio. It's just now. And I'm going to ask the President, Varys, to make the presentation. So Sasha, thank you so much for allowing us to do this. And I think this is the spirit that we should embrace, that we help each other at all times.
On behalf of the BVI Heritage Dancers, we thank you very much for allowing us to use your place, free of charge, of course, for practice. We know our building will soon be finished because
Of course.
we should make between now and August a few $100,000. So thank you until that time. Thanks again.
Our second presentation, for this one, I'm asking the member with the longest amount of years here tonight to make this presentation, and that happens to be Alan Hodge. Come forward. And we're making a presentation to the president of all the existing members. Varys has been there day in, day out. He does not miss. And that is so important for the preservation of the heritage. And we want to let him know that we seriously appreciate him and the commitment that he has to the BVI Heritage Dancers. So Varys, please.
He never miss, but you got to tell him come 10 if you want him there for 2. So, but Varys has been president forever.
We, the members of the Heritage Dancers, would like to show you our appreciation for being our president from the time I was born, for being a peacemaker in the group, for always being late, and the elephant that doesn't forget anything. We love you, Varys.
And tonight we paid tribute to a number of things. We paid tribute to those members who have gone on. May their souls continue to rest in peace. We dedicated the evening to TJ, Tabalji Hughes, who is ill at the moment. And he actually practiced with us up until last Sunday. So please keep him in your prayers, as we all have been doing here. And we hope that he, will be able to rejoin us soon. And we paid tribute to Miss P, and this last presentation is for her, and to let her know that we really appreciate everything. And to put this together tonight, especially for the treats, she was the person behind that. And I think we can't say enough, about this cultural icon. And Miss P, we really appreciate, and we want to do that in a tangible way. Mr. President, it's your turn again.
Now you know I can't come up there. I don't believe this. I always say, if it was like long ago, when Jesus used to walk all over the place, I would have stayed somewhere on the ridge road, that when he passing, I could have touched something, I'd get 2 legs at once.
Thank you, Ms. P. Yeah. So it was indeed a wonderful evening for us. I think so. Let's give a round of applause to the dancers who worked really hard to put this together. It was some difficult at some times because of people's commitments and lots of mummies in the group now. So they have their kids to attend to, but we are very happy that we were able to bring this to you in our effort to preserve the heritage of the Virgin Islands. And as our motto says, let's keep culture alive. Thank you. Good night. Sashay. Company, forward. Thank you, everybody. Get home safely. Good night.